got 7
you
now.
in?
Huh?
The full bolts on.
I pulled up on the bike. I knew it was gonna be. I knew it was gonna be crowded.
Oh, you gonna be ready. You like my
June
bike?
5th, the deadline. All right, so just gonna give a quick update on the P1cruiser. I have a bunch of parts coming, and we're down to 30 days, so a month away from Rocky Mountain Race Week, when the car needs to be ready by, which I like to have it done a week or two before, but it might come down to the line. Got the pup out here. So what I've been doing this week is just waiting on parts. So the parts I'm waiting for are starter, alternator bracket, exhaust kit, plus the headers, throttle body, what else? And some new fittings for the brake lines. So I got everything situated, and then these two fittings still wanted to leak, so I'm gonna swap those out to some straight fittings, and we'll see if that fixes the problem. Now, still need to wire up the neutral safety switch, but you see all the wiring I've been doing. Pretty much have it all knocked out, except for the neutral safety switch, and then this pink wire, and there's one more, I believe. I think this pink wire, and I think there's an orange wire for the paintless kit. So those two will be connected to the Terminator X. So that pink one will be to the main harness for the switch, the switch power, and then the other one for the fuel off the painless system. That'll be tied into, I think, the switch source for the transmission. So I had to do those. Did have to go with a different stereo or radio. The other one didn't have this bezel to hold it into place, and so in order to replace that one for that same unit, it'd have been $29, or go to Walmart, get the dual for $29. Just went that route. I run duals on pretty much all the aftermarket stuff in the car. So the Bonnie, the truck, not sure what's in the Elko, and now the P1. So we'll get that situated. But yeah, just cleaning up some wiring. You notice all the wiring that was up here, that's gone down to 2 wires. So what it'd be is this red one will go to the alternator, and then this purple one that will go to the starter. So those will be the only 2 I need to hook up off the painless for the engine bay stuff. All the wiring for the headlights, that's been redone. Just welded on this ground. So we'll have a ground strap for the battery, and then I'll probably have another ground from each of the heads. I'll probably weld another one on this side. There's this factory one here from the P1cruiser, but I think I'll make another one down low, so when I do ground the head, it'd just be straight here instead of just one wire running all the way across. But who knows, I might just use that one or just weld that one on. So I did test out the fans. Both the fans work. This Proform fan is a little bit quieter than I thought it would be, because it is straight blades on there instead of the curved. But yeah, that's pretty much where we're at. So waiting for parts, just redoing some wiring. What I'm gonna do now is hook up the battery just to test all the lights and radio and everything, make sure all that's hooked up. Obviously the painless isn't hooked up yet, or not the painless, the Terminator X, that isn't hooked up yet. Not worried about that right away. I'd rather wait till all the engine stuff's on. I think I need to get 2 sensors also, fuel pressure and oil pressure sensor, so I have to order those. But as far as all the body wiring and the radio and everything, just want to make sure that's working. If you follow my shorts, I am going to have to modify the water pump a little bit, so I'll cut this neck down, and hopefully that'll give me enough room to get the inline filler connected and some hoses. So we'll figure that out. Have some LED lights for it. These will be in the interior, so it pretty much won't be wired directly to the door jamb switches. I'll put them on a toggle switch, so that way if I'm back here doing something, I could hit the switch and have some lights back here, and then same thing under the dash, which I might just have it all on the same switch. I just have to find out what's convenient, or what's convenient. Do I put the switch up front? Do I put it in the rear? Who knows? But we'll see about that. What else? Have this plate here. That's going to be the mount for the Terminator X, or the ECU. So what I'm thinking, I was going to put it where the airbag used to go. But what I'm thinking is right here on the dash, it used to be, I think, the rear windshield wiper, defroster, and a power outlet. So for one, I can't find that panel, so I'm not worried about it. So I'm going to build a little plate in here and just have the ECU there, so that way those lights just pretty much shine through the bezel, which that's up here somewhere. Where is that at? Yeah, so I'll pretty much be in that bottom opening there. Obviously the radio here, and then the window switch up here. The controls for the HVAC, not too worried about it because it's not getting it right away. But yeah, I think that's it. Let me stop talking. No, it's not. So we'll get the dash in eventually once I make that plate and get that installed. I did finally find this piece here. It goes along the steering column. So what it's actually going to do is, so this will be the bottom. Obviously that's the keyhole. Let's see what I'm going to do. I might have to open it up a tad, but try to get it so that the push button will just be hidden right where the factory key would go. So if I can make that work, cool. If I have to open up a little bit, that's not too bad. But yeah, I think that's pretty much the update. Got the rear end centered and everything. Still need to play with the ride height a little bit. I think this front needs to come up slightly, so when I turn, it's not gonna take the bumper off. But what I have for that, I did go a little ricer on it. So we'll have like the quick disconnect kind of look. So put one of those there, and that rubber band pretty much hold the bumper into place so it doesn't sag or anything. I still have the bolts and everything on it, but just throw it on there for a little extra support. Did have the alternator for it, so I actually got that from a buddy at work. He bought one for his Suburban and got another one, or he had two of them and just had that one laying around. So he's like, hey, if you want it, it's yours. So I've had that sitting in the garage probably before I started on the P1 build, honestly. Or no, about halfway through it. So it's been in here for about 6 months just sitting there. So I did go with the low mount alternator bracket. So I was a little worried about the spacing, but with it being the truck spacing, the alternator is going to be up a little bit, so should have plenty of room for the alternator down there. Obviously, a water pump's going to go here, and the headers and everything, that'll be its own video. So yeah, let me stop talking, put the camera down, hook the battery cables up, and then I'll cut you guys on when it's time to test all the electricals again. Alright, so hopefully we should have power. I know this is going to be a high cable. And then same thing with this one. Don't want that touching anything, so do it just like that. Should be good to go. Go back inside, come on. It is snowing outside, or else I would have the garage open, but it's a little cold out there. So let's see something. If I remember what I'm doing. Little key tab. Was that right? Okay, yeah, that was right. So one click without the foot on the brake is going to be just accessory. I did not hook a antenna up, so I'm not too concerned about that. Let's see, how do we change the mode or the source? Let's pair that new device. Yep, I'm good there. Let's see. Little Kingy go.
Hey, she got that espresso martini. That mean that you staying up late. No strings attached like bikinis.
All right, so radio works. Let's try all the lights, turn signals, and all that now. So low beams, high beams, low beams, high beams. Those are working. Right turn signals working. Left turn signals are working. So we're good there. The hazards, I don't believe, are hooked up, so not to worry about that. And then the fog lights are not hooked up either. So let me cut the low beams back on. Yeah. Those are looking pretty good. Those LEDs are pretty bright. Yeah, we should be good to go. Once again, these are the fog lights right here, or the running lights. I will hook them up because I like that look when they're on the PTs and they have the fog lights or running lights on. So once again, Oxylam, discount code Dashes Garage, no apostrophe in there, save you 20% off. I get a little kickback too, so if you guys need some LED lights just to brighten them up, just check them out. They should have the bulbs you need. But yeah, so brake lights, we're good there. Let's step on the pedal, see if they brighten up a little bit. Yep. So we're good to go. Like I said, it's just one more thing off the checklist. We should have a bunch of parts coming in this week. Let's cut all this off. I don't know if that killed it or not. So I should have cut it all off. Yeah, so that's all off. We'll just do some finishing touches, get the dash back in, make the mount for the ECU for the Terminator X, get all this plugged up, and well, yeah, we should be good to go after that. Like I said, I need a connector for the map sensor. It's different from the Terminator X to the LS3 style map sensors, but there's a connector for it. So need to pick one up from my buddy Justin up at Casper's Electronics. little sneak peek. He makes the harnesses for him. So yeah, if you see, what is it? Let's see if I can find one. If you see your Terminator X has like a little QR code sticker. Well, I can't find it on there, but if it does, it came from these guys. But yeah, I'll run up there. He's in Loveland. Go grab this harness adapter from him, and then while I'm up there, that's where my old neighbors moved up to. They just had their little one, so I'll probably run up there, say what's up to them also. And if I'm gonna grab the harness, I'm gonna go ahead and get a little fuse and relay box, probably mount it somewhere in this area, so that way the fans for the cooling fan and the transmission cooler, those will be ran off that, off two separate relays, but having a little weather sealed box, put it up there and call it good. But yeah, it's just a little quick update where I'm at with the P1cruiser. Like I said, I'm down about 30 days on it. I'm feeling pretty confident. Exhaust is a major thing that I'm waiting for. So the headers, I believe, should fit. There were some on Marketplace, but the guy got to be back to me like an hour after I ordered. The ones I ordered, the ones on Marketplace were actually LS7 style manifolds, and they would have dropped straight down. And I think they would have worked out perfect. But the ones I got are block huggers, so they should fit. Fingers crossed, they should fit. Did a lot of eyeballing and everything, so we'll get that situated. Or once the exhaust comes in, we'll get all that mocked up. Still need to take the transmission cross member out, put 2 notches in there, and then I'll probably do an S pipe, or not an X pipe on here, and then just give you guys a little preview on the space I have. I know a lot of people would like to go over the axle, but I'm kind of limited, so the exhaust will probably come under the rear axle, in between the pumpkin and the coilovers, and then probably just shoot them out towards the side, so it's not right up under the fuel cell, but we'll see when we get there. But yeah, that's about it. Well, I'll show you guys what I'm working in. It's been nice. Like I said, had the bike out the last 2 nights going into work, so it's been nice enough for that. And then this is what we're dealing with now. Yeah, a little bit of snow, but it's no biggie. Well, while the garage is open, might as well do like the neighbors, start getting the trash bins out and call it a day. But yeah, a little update on the P1cruiser, down to 30 days. So we're gonna get it right.